Mm. Okay, shall we start today's session? Okay, so today we'll discuss the remaining concept of tokens. Okay, so in the last class we have discussed about this identifier and keywords. Okay, so I hope you guys are clear, no doubts in this. Okay, so let me go with the literals today. Literals. So what is the meaning of this literals? So I would say the literals is nothing but a value. Okay, so any value. It's a one type of the value that can be used in the Java program. Okay, so let me type parallelly. Uh, these all of the value. These all these are the values that can be used in that can be used in Java program. See, value in the sense it might be anything. It might be a number, it might be a alphabet, it might be a character, whatever it may be, special character, anything. Okay, just we consider as a value. Okay, clear? Value is known as literals. Okay, so this is the simple definition to understand. So what kind of the value we have? So that's why the Java has been classified into means the literals has been classified into four types. Has been classified into how many types? Four types. So what are those? So let me tell you one by one. Okay, the first one. So first one I would say the number literal. First one is what? Number literal. Literals. Okay. Second one. Again, number literal has been classified into two types. So let me give you that things. Okay. First one is integer. So integer means it is a either plus value or minus value, a positive value or negative value, anything. Okay. So I just give the example of this uh, 10, comma 20, comma 3, comma just tell me other values 65 like this. Okay, or minus 65 like this. So these all are integer value. Okay, integer in the sense what? It is a either positive value or negative value. Negative value. So next, some floating value also there. Floating in the sense, I can say in another word, it's a decimal. In the sense, very simple. For example, 10.5. Okay, so 2.3. So these all of the example belongs to the floating. Hmm? This is the first type of the literal. Again, this also has been classified into two types, integer and floating. Okay, so no doubts. Okay, the second one is the character literal. Character literal. So what is this character literal? See, character means what? So it's a one digit value. Okay, it's one digit value. One digit in the sense, so it must be enclosed with the singles. So these are all the rules we have to follow. Okay, so any character, if you want to use in the Java, you have to enclosed by single quotation. Single quotation. Okay, so single quotation means just I'll give the one example to you understand that. So any character to be written. have to use like this. Okay, see, character in the sense, I'll just give you some idea. So this is the A. Okay, it might be a uppercase, it might be a lowercase, whatever it may be. So then it considered as a character that is valid. Okay, so now one more example going to return over here. Just see BC. Okay, so can you consider it's a character? No, it's a invalid. Character has a what? Only one digit value. Okay, one digit. It might be anything. Okay, so now number. Can you consider it's a character now? Huh? Yes, if you write in the single quotes, then it become one character. Understand? This is also valid thing. Okay. So now let me write one more example to understand. Okay, caps letter A. Hmm. So it's a valid or invalid? It is valid. It might be uppercase. It might be a lowercase. Okay. So note you have to be remembered. The length of the character. Length of the character is always one. I told you it's a one digit value, right? Character is always how much? One. Okay. So this is the character literals. So why do we learn the literals? So in the next session, I will be learn this different programs. So when you're writing the programs, you should declare the values. How you declare the value based on that literals and data types. So that's why you should know the literal first. Clear? Okay. So then the third one, I would say this string literal. Okay. String. Mm, so string means what? See, it has a basic differentiation in the character and string in the Java. So string means it's a bunch of character also we can say, but character not like this. Character is a only the single value. Understand? Understand or not? Okay. So string here, the things little bit change, but you have to remember, and it can be easily remember also. Okay, the string must be enclosed closed by double quotation. Okay, so that thing you have to remember, double quotation mark. Okay, so how to write the double quotation? This is the double quotation mark. Clear? It's a mandatory to enclose. Okay. Uh, okay, I'll just give me one example to understand you. Okay. See, first, let me write your name only, Vikas. Your name is Vikas, correct? Within the double quotes, if I write, it's considered as a what? String. It is a valid. Okay. See, for example, I'll just write ABC. So actually, ABC is it's a character. It's not a character. It is a alphabet. Okay. So when you write the alphabet, system does not understand. So that's why you have to be converted either in the character or else string. But we have used more than one value. Then it must be a what? String only. Got it? ABC. It is also valid. Clear? Any other doubts? Okay. So, sir, shall we use this number? Yes, of course, you can use the number also. Okay. I'll just take it as your name because 1, 2, 3. Then also it is become a what? String. Understood? So shall we use the special character? Yes, of course. You can use special characters. Okay. So this is also valid. Understood? Now it's become an string. Here also I'll just going to give an example. Okay, so it's considered as a character. Understood? It is also valid. So no doubts. And you have to remember one more note point and this string. I'm just going to give one note point to understand. Okay. Uh, so the length, okay, the length of the string, it might be anything, okay, but character is fixed always one. Length of the string can be anything. This should be remembered. Done. This is about your string literal. Then the last one is, okay, the fourth one is Boolean. I got what happened. Boolean. Boolean means what? It's always give either true or false. Okay. Condition is true. Condition is satisfied. Then it considered as a true. Else it considered as a what? False. Okay. There are two Boolean values. How many values? Two Boolean values such as the first one. First one is always true. Okay. Another one is false. Understood? So this is about a literal. So how many types? Yeah, true or false. How many types are in the literals? Four types: number literal, character literal, string literal, and the last one is Boolean. Okay. So I will explain in detail about this, how the strings will be work, how the character, when to use, how to use, everything will be explained in the next session. So before that, I will be complete this token. Okay. So the one more thing is there. Uh, the fourth one is separator. Separator. Separator in the sense, no, these are all the symbols. Okay. So it's completely the what? Symbols that are used to separate the group of statements from the one another. Okay, so this is the what? These are the symbols. Separators are the what? Symbols that are used to separate a group of value. A group of value or statement from one another. Majority of the separator you will be used in your program. So what are those? I'll just give you some example to understand. So you have to remember these examples. Okay. So in the yesterday I told you. So there's curly braces. Did I tell you or not? This curly braces. Uh, Curly braces. See. So when you open writing the class name and then you must be use the curly braces. Inside the curly braces you have to write flower bracket. If you don't understand this, go with the flower bracket. Okay, so which one is easy? So that you should tell. Okay, so this is the parenthesis. or else you can say to understand bracket. You just tell it's a bracket, okay? Or parenthesis. Next one, what is this? Oh, you cannot see this. Wait, just to make it to see. It is a semicolon. Okay. The last one more is there, comma. What is this? Comma. It is actually called separator only. It is also one of the separator. Then you can use this square bracket. What it is? Square bracket. Okay. So these all are the different separators. At each and every line of the program, you must use the semicolons. Okay. Brackets also might be used, and curly braces, the square bracket, everything will be used. Will be learned in the future class. Okay. So as of now, any doubts? Any doubts? No doubts? All clear? Okay. Uh, so then I'll just discuss about one more thing. It's operator. Operator I will be teach you after the database. Okay. When you're writing the program, that particular time I'll teach you that all kind of the operators. So before that, one more is there, comments. Correct? Is it there or not? Yes. Okay. So commands means you are just going to give the description of the line. Okay. I can say it's a description, description of the Java program. Okay. So it's easily understand. So what you can give the description also the particular line what it will be give or what it will do that you can specify here. We have a two type. How many types? Two types. So one is single line commands. First one is the what? Single line commands. Okay, single line commands. It will be specified double forward slash. Okay, so here I'll just give me the example. Okay, example. Hi, Vikas. Okay, so this is considered as a what? Single line command. This commands it will be never executed. Remember, it's only to understand the human that particular code what it will do. Okay, it will never execute it. Remember this point. Second one is multi-line comments. So what is this multi-line comments? Okay, so you can write the comment in the multiple lines also. It is a single line, it is a multiple line. Okay, so how to specify this? First forward slash as you can write whatever you want. Hi because okay, the second line, how are you? Okay, So your answer is fine like this. After this, you can close asterisk forward slash. So this is your multi-line commands. Okay, the program will be used. So any other doubts in the comments? Okay, still we have a pending with the operators. So before understanding this operator, we'll go with the data type first. Okay, so this is the very important concept uh, in every language. So without knowing the data type, we cannot write any of the code. So data types are mandatory. Okay, so data type means what? Mm, I would say it's a type, it's a type which kind of the value, which kind of the value values are going to store in particular memory allocation. Okay, memory allocation. What kind of the which kind of the values are going to store in the particular memory allocation? That is called as what? Is known as what? Data type. Data type. So now you don't know how the value, what kind of the value are going to store in the memory allocation. So that's why the data types are mandatory. Here, what are the things are there? Okay, so it's many types are in the data types. So before that, it has some components. Okay, I'll just give some components to understand. So what are the different components are there? First one, data. First one is the what? Data is also known as a value or else information, anything you can say. Okay, then second one, type type of the data. It might be a number, it might be a character, it might be a string. So you must have specified which kind of the data it is. Then here, where you can store in the variables. Okay, variable is also matters. These three components must be present. So what is variable? I will let you know. Before that, I will understand how many data types are there and how to use that data types. Okay, so clear man. Okay, so now the data is nothing but a what? It's anything. It might be anything. Okay, any information, anything is called as what? Any information is called data. Okay, so for example, I'll just give this example to understand. Your name is also one of the data. Human age. Okay, I'll just take it as entity as a human name, age. Then just tell me the another words. Height. Yes or no? If you are a student, you have a ID. Is correct. Student IDs, weight, races. Yes, contact number, salary, just going to write phone number, right? Phone number. So likewise. anything you can consider as a what? Data, etc. I'll just give it as etc. Okay. So now I'm going to give this data type. Data type means what? I already explained this. So it just I'm going to give the simple definition again. Uh, just it's define type of the data. Okay, type of the data. It's number, it might be a character, it might be a string, whatever it may be. It's just going to defining the what kind of the data it is. And variable means it's a one reference that will be stored the data. I will explain data variables after the data types. So data type has been classified into classified into two types. How many types? Two types. Which are those? The first one, primitive data type. First one is a what? Primitive data type. So primitive data type, I can say it's a system defined or predefined. Okay, system defined or predefined also we can say. The second one, non-primitive data. Non-primitive data type. Non-primitive data type is also known as user defined. Means user going to create that. That is called as what? Non-primitive data type. Okay, let me explain one by one this primitive data type first. So first you have to understand this primitive data type. So what is this primitive data type? I already told you these all are the system defined. System defined means these all are the fixed like this. Okay. Hmm? System has already given the value predefined like keyword similar to keyword. Okay. I just give you the points like this. Okay, first point, the primitive data types are predefined data types. Remember these points. These are system defined these are the system defined data types. The second point, what does say is these are all the fixed memory allocations. These are all the fixed memory size. These all memories are fixed. Okay, you cannot increase it, you cannot decrease it. Understand? So within that you can use. Understood? Fixed size means what? See, for example, so one of the person can eat 200-gram food means that he can eat. So less is also he can eat. But if you give the more than that, it's highly impossible. Similar manner, you cannot in increase the size and you cannot decrease the size. These all are fixed. This fixed in their memory size. Okay. So these are all the points. So the primitive data type again has been classified into 8 types. How many types are there in the primitive data types? There are 8 types in primitive data type. Let me tell you one by one. Okay, the first one, I'll give you byte. So byte means it's a 1 byte of capacity. Understand? Byte means what? Yeah, it can be accepted either 0 or 1. Okay, its capacity is 1 byte. Got it? Got it, man? Only only 1 byte. Okay. Second one, Boolean. Okay. Also, I'll just give you that different thing. Byte. Then I'll just give a short because these all are the integer type. Okay. Again, when it comes to this decimal, non-decimal types, it will be there. I will not make the segregate like this. I'll just give the idea, all the data types. Okay. So second one is short. Short has a fixed size that is 2 bytes. How many bytes? 2 bytes. Okay. So after that, I'm going to give you the int. Okay. So int has a 4 bytes of data. How much? How much the size of int? 4 byte. After that, long. Fourth one is a long. Long has 8 bytes. Okay. So this is the procedure. I have to tell byte, short, int, then long. Byte as a 1 byte size, short as a 2 bytes, int as a 4 byte, long as a 8 bytes. So any other doubts? Clear, man? Okay. So these all are I'll just uh, try to understand you. This is non-decimal. Okay, these all are the what? Non-decimal. Next, now I'm going to talk with you. It's decimals. Hmm? So what are the decimals things are the okay? The float and second one is double. Float and double. Okay. So the float size. What is the size of the float? Float size is 4 bytes. How many bytes? 4 bytes. Okay. So the double is 8 bytes. How much? 8 bytes. Okay. So these all are decimal. These all are the what? Decimals. Okay. So I'll just give you the example of all. Example. See. Oh, 1. Okay. This 10. 50. So these all are the values. You can store it in the byte. Byte means only one value you can store. Short, int. Okay, understood. See, 1 byte has 8 bits. Remember, how many bits? 8 bits. Got it, man? Okay, fine. So this is about the decimal. Decimal in the sense let's an example of this example 10.5. Okay, so 3.6 like this, etc. These all are the values. This is the decimal. Okay, either you can use the float or double. So this is the lengthiest number is there. You cannot remember. You just remember this 1 byte, 2 byte, 4 byte, 8 byte, 4 byte, 8 byte. Okay, got it. So now I'm going to talk about this. Character. Next one is the what? Character. Okay, so this is it's a completely different. I already explained this character, and it has a different size. What is the size of the character in each and every language? It's a 1 byte character, but here in the Java, it has 2 bytes. Got it? Got it. Okay, just give me the example. Uh, okay, within a single quotes, just okay. If you write any alphabet or number or any special character, then it become on a what? Character. Clear? Okay. Then Boolean. Boolean. Boolean means it's true or false. Correct? Yes or no? Okay. So the Boolean is the fixed value. That is either it will always say either one, either true or false. So that's why it is also has the 1 byte. And each and every primitive data type has a default values. So I will tell you that what are the default values are there. Just give me a minute. Default values of each and every data type. Okay. So each every data type has a default values. So the byte has the default size is 0. Okay. Again, short is also all non-decimal type. Remember, all the non-decimal types are the what? Same, that is 0. Clear? Clear or not, man? Okay. So for this also, I'm just going to give you. So this is 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay. And so here, when it comes to this float means all the decimal values, correct or not? Okay. So how the value will be there? 0.0 f. And for the double is also we have a value that is 0.0. Okay, so clear. And character is also has the different default value. So that is I'll just type you to understand. Okay, so the default value of the character is just backward slash u 1 2 3 4 0. Okay, so this is the default value of the character. And the default value of the Boolean is always false. Default value is what? False. Okay, so these all are the primitive data types with the default value. So now I'm talking to you the non-primitive data type. Okay, so non-primitive data type, just I'm going to give right. Second one is non-primitive data type. In the non-primitive data type, we have a three. One is string. Okay, so string means uh, there is no default value for the string, and moreover, so there is no size. Okay, undefined. I can say this is the undefined. You cannot define the size. So that's why this category is belongs to non-primitive is belongs to the what? User define. Okay, so now you got the clarity. Yes or no? Correct or not? Okay. So these are the undefined. I'll just give the definition to understand. String is used to string is used to represent represent the character group of character uh, like okay. So I would write Java. Okay, I would write programming. Okay, so like this, etc. This is called as what? String. So each and every string has a different size. Okay, so here we have a 4 character. Here we have a many number of I mean around 8 to 10 characters are there. Yes or no? So that's why you cannot specify the size of the string. Understood? Understood or not? And there is no default value of this. Clear? Then second one is arrays. Okay. Arrays is nothing but I can say this is the values. uh, just for example, within the bracket. So it's sum of value like 10, 20 up to 100. Okay. So may multiple value to be stored. Same kind of the data type. Okay. It must be have the what? Same kind of the data types. Hmm? So that you have to store by using the array. Okay, so this is the numbers 10, 20 up to 100. These are the numbers. Okay, so when you're trying to store this values in the integer, so I need to use 100 time integer. So instead of this, I'm just using array. Array can store multiple datas with the same data type. Understood? And understood or not? Okay, so as of now, any doubts? All clear. Okay. So, okay. So let me open my console and I'll show you how to use this. Okay, all the literals, everything I will show you. Okay. Yes. So open. Mm, okay. Okay. So here you can see the file is there. You just go and in the file have to select this new and this new some project see different projects are there Marvin project enterprises etc etc or don't select anything you just go with the project. Okay, so here you can select this Java project. In the Java project you just click on this next and here you have to give the name project name. Okay, so now I just give the name as Java learning. See, when you're giving the name, if you give the space, it's showing an what? Error. Okay. So instead of this, use the underscore, or else if you remove this, then it will be not showing any error. Clear? Okay, so then you can click on this next and you just give the finish. So it will show one notice, just associative perspective. Just click on this. No. So here you can see this, your package. Okay, your project will be generated. Okay, so under this project, you have to go with the SRC. SRC means it's a source. Here default things it will be there. So now you should not use this. Okay, so here under this, you're going to create your class. You just selected class. You have to give the class name when you are giving the conventions, naming convention. So please make sure and do this. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so see, now I'm going to give my class name. So how to give the class name, and I have given already the rules and regulation when you're uh, giving the name to class or methods, whatever it may be. See now, okay, I'll just type it as a number. So I told you this is not started with a number. Yes or no? Prefix and yes. Wait. Okay. Mm. Now visible, right? Okay. See. So now I'll just enter number. Okay. It's throw an error. Okay. I'll just write yeah. Hmm. Still, it is showing some caution. Okay. Suppression warning it is showing. This use the default package of discouraged. Okay. And now I'm going to try at the rate. At the rate are the what? Special characters. Correct or not? So it is also not taken. Visible or not for you? Now visible. Okay. So now I'll use underscore. Okay. So now there is no problem occurs. Okay. I'll just give my file name, I mean class name as a first. Okay. I'll just try to give the space first program. Okay. So will it be accept the space? No. Space is also not accepted. So underscore, no. Okay, you cannot give any space. Okay, after that, if you want to write a number, then it can be accepted. So is it clear? Is it clear? Okay, so then you click on this, finish. So one class has been created with the class name. Okay, so now what? One second, just hmm. Okay, now visible, right? Okay, so so this is your first program you're going to write with the default package. Okay, I told you. So first, how to write the program? First class, your class name. What is my class name? First program one. This is my class name. So inside the class, okay, what we can going to write? Our main method. So how to write the main method? Okay, see, it's I'll I'll just yes, see, this is the separators. Visible? Separators are visible here and here. It's a group of the statement, separating the group of the statement. Inside that, I am going to write my public static void main. inside the parenthesis. This is also one of the separator. And okay, so the Java is a case sensitive. Make sure when you're writing any program. Okay, string array is also mandatory to use arguments. Okay, so why still it's showing an error? When the main method you have to write some statement. Okay, so that's why a bracket to be used. Which bracket? Curly braces have to be used. Here open and here closed. So inside this, any of the statement you can write. Any of the statement you can write. So now I'm going to give you a small program to understand. I'm just how teach you just printing statement. First printing statement. Okay, system dot out dot. So here, since we are using the IDE, so it's showing some suggestion. Okay, so now when you're practicing, don't go with the suggestion. Try to type and practice. Okay, system dot out dot print. Okay, here multiple are there. You can use print. ln means in the next line it will be printed. Okay, so now I'm going to pass one thing. Okay, what is this? I'm just passing hello world. Okay, so this is my statement I'm going to pass. Are you clear? And still it is showing an error. Why? Because yes, semicolon. It is also one of the separators. Okay. So any other doubts? Clear? Okay. See, I'll make it understand and separating like this. So see, this is your class or class name and open parenthesis, and where you have closed at the last you have closed this parenthesis. Okay, so this is the one of the group of statement, correct or not? Then public, I mean the main method, again you are going to write some statement inside the main method. So now I'm going to run this program. How I can run? Okay, save this and here run as Java application. So after this, you will get the what? Output. Hello world. What you have passed, what you have given the input? Hello world. So that is you got. So here we use the space. Yes or no? You can use multiple spaces. String can be accepted. Everything. Okay. So clear. Okay. Let me write one more thing. Okay. I'll just pass one, two, three. So will it be printed or not? Yes. It is also printed. Correct. Okay, so now I'll just use the same example. Then I'll just remove this quotation. Now, will it be printed? Huh? Now it will be printed or not? Yes, of course it is printed because see, this is the string format. Which format? String format. This is the what? Number format. Okay, understood or not? Hey man, understood? Okay, so now tell me. So I'll just pass my character. Will it be printed? Yes, of course it is also printed. Understood? So these are all the different data type also we can set. Okay, so this is the first program. So no other doubts in this first program? Okay, I told you how to use the naming conventions and separators, everything we have discussed. Correct or not? Yeah. Okay, so now one more thing we need to be discussed. Okay, so what are this? I'll just show you in the data types, how many components are there? Three components. Data we learned, type of the data also learned, and variable. Now we are going to learn the variable. Okay. So if it is okay, as the char as a default value, it's if it get difficult, so you just go with the what? Another thing I will tell you which one that is, uh, or just can how I can specify just its empty space I can say that is also it's a default value of the character. Okay, so which one is easy? That one please remember. Okay, so now we'll be discuss this a variable. What is this variable? So variable is nothing but it's a physical container that is used to store the value. It is a physical container used to store the value. So store the what? Value. What kind of the value are going to store? Different data you can store into it. Okay. So here it has been classified into two type. How many type? Two type. Okay. I will tell you what are those. The first one. Have you heard this word, the local variable? Yes or no? Local variable. The second one is global variable. Okay, global variable. So global variable has again classified into two types. First one is static, static global variable. Second one is non-static global variable. Okay, so we'll understand first what is the local variable. Okay. So I'll just give you the simple definition to understand this local variable. So anything if you declare inside, okay, so that is called as what? Local variables. With inside the method, if you declare it is called as what? Or with inside the scope, method scope, if you declare that is called as what? Local variable. A variable which are declared inside the method and within the scope within the scope of the class. One second called as such variables called as global local variable. Okay, so within inside the method you have to be declare it. Okay, so it has also some certain rules and regulation. I will let you know what are the rules and regulation of this local variables. Okay, some basic rules are there, you have to follow that rules. Okay, local variable have to be declared. Okay, so first one, uh, local variables have to be initialized initialize. Okay, initialize in the sense you have to no put the value. Okay, okay, or store the value, initialize, else it will throw the compile time error. Have to be initialized, else it will show compile time error. Compile time error in the sense when you're typing or when you're writing the code, so that a particular time if you made the mistake, that situation it will be show that error. That is called as what? Compile time error. Okay. So, and the second point, local variable, you can declare local variable or you can declare inside the method. Yes or no? So when you are inside the declaring the value inside the method, obviously you can access only within the method. Correct or not? Correct or not? Accessible only within the method. Accessible only within the method. Okay. So please remember this points because so that scope it will be present like this. See, this is the scope I can say. Okay, this is the main method scope. This is the class scope. From here to here, class scope. This is the main method scope. Understood? Understood or not? Okay. If you declare outside, okay, if you declare outside of the method, then then they are not accessible. Okay, clear? Okay. I'll just give you the example to understand this. Okay. So first, let me write class. Just class name is demo demo. Okay. So within the curly braces, I'm going to write my code. What I can write? Public static void main string array arguments. Correct or not? So inside we have to be declared. Okay. So within the method, you're going to declare the value. How I want to declare the value? So see, now I want to declare the value or initialize the value 10. Okay, so I have a number is 10. I want to print a number is 10. How I can print this? So int is my data type. Okay, so how to declare it? See, first declare the value int a. So this is the declaration. Okay, so a is a variable. Uh, 10 is a value. I'll just give you that idea. Okay, so a is reference, or I can say reference variable or variable. Okay, it is changing, keep on changing. If you want to again use the a with a different number, then a value will be changed like this. Okay, uh, and the second one I'm going to tell you the 10 is the value. It is the what? Your data or value. The third one I can say is int is a what? Data type. Okay, so clear? So after this, you can write your system dot out dot println. Okay, so you'll just call a, then it will be printed. Okay, so this demonstration I'm going to show you now practically. So now look at this. I'll just create one more class. Okay, I I just selected. So what is the program name? It's a second program. Second program. I just created a second program. So now you can see, mm, just remove it. Okay. So now I'll just write my main method. So inside the main method, I'm going to initialize and declare the value. Okay. So int a equal to 10. Okay. So I'll just initialize and declare the value and initialize the value. Okay. So now I'm just going to print my 10. Okay. So now you can see this output. Each and every time it will be shown. Yes. Did you get the output? Okay. So now one more example. So now I'll use same int a equal to 20. Okay. So now it's showing a what? Error. Why? Because it already initialized the value as 10 and 20. So now what we can do, we should change the what? Reference variable. Then we'll get the what? Output. So now I'm going to show you that thing. I'll just type it as B. So what it will happen now, it will be give the what? 4, 10 and 20. Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes, majority of the time we'll use int when you are storing the value, we'll use the what? Integer only. So now I'll just use char. Okay, so char A. So will it be selected A? No. You can use another name char. How to write the char? Within the single quotes. How many value I can pass? Only one value. So if I write the two value, what will happen? It will throw the error. Okay, so now you can see. Oh, sorry, you can see. Okay, now it shows the what? Error. This error is called as compile time error. Understood? Okay, so now I want to print my A. How I can print this? Through the reference variable. Sorry, it's a variable I can use. See, now it will print the what? A also. Now I want to print one name, so I'll just use it as string. Okay, string. Mm, string str equal to, within the double quotes, I'll just write it as Vikas. Okay, so now if I print, okay, I have not used the print statement. If I print, what are the output will I be getting? A, B, C. A as a 10, B as a 20, C as a A. Okay, so now you can see this command value 10. Here the value is 20, value is 20. Here value is, I mean character is char is A. Okay, here string is string is Vikas. Clear? Okay, so now I want to print this because also how I can print this. I'll just call it as str, same variable should call. Okay, so what is my output now? What is the output? 10, 20, a Vikas. Okay, so now I want to display some decimal value. So majority of the time we use double only, double. Okay, so double d equal to so 10.5. Okay, so 10.5. So I just I call this 10. Sorry, it's d, right? Yeah. So what is the output? Including all these things, 10.5 is also will be displayed. Got it? Any other doubts? Okay. So now you should tell this answer. Okay. I'll use int mm, I. Okay. So I just declare I have not initialized the value. Okay. So now if I print this system dot out dot print ln of I. So what is the output of this? What is the output of this? Just comment it all this. So see, if I not initialized, it is throw the what? Error. What it's showing? Initialize the value. Okay, when you are inside the method, if you are declaring, it should be a what? Initialize. Initialize the value. So if the default value it automatically takes the what? Zero. Are you clear? So without initializing, you cannot get the value. When you're declaring, it will not throw any error. When you're no, printing, then you will throw the what? It will throw the what? Error like initialize the variable. So this is your local variable. So that part also have given yes or no. Local variable has to be initialized, else it will show the compile time error. Correct? Yes. Okay. So no doubts in this. All clear? Okay. Okay. So you just go through this program.